Good morning from Granada Airport, a small regional airport in the south of Spain. Let's go.
Granada Airport is very small. Before security, there are just a few check-in counters, a couple of shops, and that's basically it. You can walk from one end of the terminal to the other in just a few minutes. And yes, security is exactly what you would expect at such a small airport. Fast, efficient, and over before you even realize it started.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas. There is a small duty-free shop, some coffee places, and that's basically all. At least it's a very stress-free experience. From security to here to the gate, it took me like 3-4 minutes. So right now the airport serves about 10 domestic destinations. There used to be also an international presence with flights to Paris with Vueling, to Amsterdam with Transavia, and also to London, but they were all discontinued. So right now there are none. Most international flights go through Malaga, which is only an hour and a half away by car, and that's great for Malaga. But Granada, it's one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful city in Spain. You've got Alhambra in the city and the Sierra Nevada, which is one of Southern Europe's most important ski resorts. Imagine a Mediterranean city where you can also go skiing. And seriously, the city should be pushing harder to get more routes. It's about time Granada got the attention it deserves.
Departure of flight Vueling Airlines to Bilbao.
Please board via gate number 6.
Let's go.
Vueling uses 3 boarding groups. If you purchase luggage, you will usually be in group 1 or 2 and board earlier. Since I didn't have any luggage, I was in group 3.
Hola.
Gracias. Con destino Bilbao. Por favor, embarque.
Vueling is a Spanish low-cost airline based in Barcelona and part of the IAG group together with Iberia and British Airways. It mainly operates short and medium-haul routes across Europe with a very strong focus on Spain. Today's flight time is 1 hour and 10 minutes, cruising at 34,000 feet. We are flying on an Airbus A320 delivered to Vueling in 2016.
Hola.
The cabin has a classic 3-3 configuration. The first row is called Space 1 and offers the most legroom. It's the most expensive option, about €50 if you buy the seat alone. The next 3 rows also have extra legroom and cost around €45, which is the same price as the emergency exit rows. If you only want a 10-kilo cabin bag, the price is usually between €40 and €50, which is slightly higher than Ryanair, where it's often closer to €30. Today I was initially seated in 5A, but I later had the opportunity to move to an emergency exit seat, which allowed me to compare both. In the standard seats, legroom is very similar to Ryanair and Wizz Air. For me it's acceptable, but if you are tall it could be quite uncomfortable. The seat itself feels slightly more comfortable than Ryanair, although that could also just be optimism. If you've flown with Vueling, let me know what you think. I'm genuinely curious. Then the seating situation evolved. My travel companion was seated just in front of the emergency exit row. Because that row was empty and someone needs to sit there for safety reasons, he was moved, and of course I used the opportunity to upgrade myself too, happily taking advantage of the extra legroom. As you can see, the extra legroom here is very generous. That said, for a 1-hour flight, I'm not sure I would personally pay €45 just for this seat. Based on my experience, Vueling is one of the strictest low-cost airlines when it comes to seating. They generally don't allow passengers to move to better seats unless there is a clear operational or safety reason, as was the case here. If you enjoy this kind of flight review, feel free to like and subscribe.
Can you do this for the
If you are flying out of Granada, try to sit on the right side for an amazing view of the Sierra Nevada. I was in an emergency exit seat on the left, so I missed it this time. Let's take a look at the menu. There's a tapas style selection, lots of jamon, Spanish ham, and of course tortilla. I think that's almost mandatory on a Spanish flight. I ordered the chicken curry for €8.50. I've tried the hamburger before and honestly it was very dry, so my expectations were quite low. While waiting for my meal, I went to check out the lavatory.
Just clean, so it's not perfect right now, super small,
After the hamburger experience, I was pleasantly surprised by the chicken curry. I was already preparing a very positive review until I found a piece of neon green plastic in my food. At first, I thought it was a spice, but when I tried to chew it, I realized it wasn't edible. It couldn't have come from the food packaging either, as that plastic is transparent.
So I just wanted to say that it was one of the best low-cost airline food that I had, but unfortunately it changed after finding the piece of plastic.
Later, the lead flight attendant came over, apologized and told me they would file a report. Around the same time, we began our descent into Bilbao. This airport is known for strong winds because it's right next to the ocean, and go-arounds or diversions are fairly common, which definitely keeps things interesting.
El desembarque lo realizaremos por fin.
Disembarkation was done row by row, guided by the cabin crew, and passengers were very respectful, not quite the Hunger Games atmosphere you sometimes see on other flights. Adios!
Thanks for watching the video and see you next time.